Hey guys, welcome into my office as I get ready to start the second half of 2017, and there'll be a little bit more about that on Friday's post. But I wanted to share a few thoughts this morning about July 4th, and to rip on myself a little bit. I get a little reflective around these types of events, these types of days, because that's just by the nature of my personality. And yesterday was no different. Not only am I cracking open an old John Adams book, the David McCullough behemoth of a biography that he wrote in 2002. I highly recommend it, by the way. I also yesterday wanted to think a little bit about some of the past experiences I've had. And one of those experiences that really shaped me was my student teaching at Sullivan High School on the north side of Chicago. You may not know this, but I actually went down a path to become a teacher one time long ago, about 10, 11 years ago. And the best part about that experience was not only meeting some interesting fellow colleagues, at Sullivan, but also meeting individual, people, the kids in particular. Two girls stand out in mind, and they were two sisters that had recently immigrated from Africa, which, in my early 20s, I really hadn't had experience with, teaching kids from Africa. So this was kind of a new thing for me. And so what I learned quickly about these two girls was the fact that until they had come to the United States, they had never tasted chocolate. So to see their faces light up every time, I gave them a piece, because I caught on to this, and, to be quite honest, I had very little control of my classrooms. Kids were kind of walking all over me, and the only thing I knew what to do was kind of power up and play like the mean bald guy, power heady person type gig. If you, I don't even know what I'm saying, but that was the only thing I knew what to do, was kind of like shout back and get big, and that didn't work. These kids kind of just walked all over me. But these two little girls, however, would do anything for chocolate. And what that taught me was a few things. First of all, it taught me that, in life, we have to enjoy the small things. And as I thought about that yesterday, there's so much crud right now in our country, so much mudslinging. And it's like we need to just get back to enjoying some of these blessings that we have in America. The second thing these two little girls taught me was that they had a backstory. Some reason or another, their parents chose to bring them to America. They didn't come, to anywhere. They came to America, and they came to the Midwest in particular. And it made me realize that what makes America great isn't, the fact that we are great, as some people declare. It's our willingness to get better. And as a student of history, what I'm always amazed by is that we've continually been working on getting better for hundreds of years. And as long as we continue that pursuit, I think we're going to be all right. Thirdly, and lastly, since I'm kind of rambling on here, what those girls taught me, and what I always experience when I travel the world, is that we are much more alike than we are different. And when I think about those girls, it would have freaked me out at the time, but here we are about 11 years later, and I have 3 little kids of my own who also will do anything for chocolate. So go enjoy the little things, have a piece of chocolate today, but most importantly, as you get back to work, set some high goals, and we're going to talk about this on Friday's post. And whatever it takes, to incentivize you to go after those goals, but whether it's chocolate or maybe a piece of chocolate cake, go after them with all your might.